This guy has an OP.GG like a smurf. Like, this is insane. He's got 67% win rate on Irelia, 69% win rate on Pantheon, 75% on Echo, Jace 73%, Vi, Silas, the list goes on. He's literally gone against basically every recommendation I give most players of like, focus on one role, pick a small champion pool, and, ideally one trick, two trick to get to your goal rank. This guy's unique. He's been able to develop such a big champion pool and have massive success on it. So today, what we're going to be looking at is really what a player should do when they're trying to go from gold to platinum to diamond, when they have a really big champion pool that they're having a lot of success on, but they're starting to get a bit of imposter syndrome or having doubts about how high they can climb with their current strategy. Before we get into the profile review, however, if you want your profile review just like this one, please check out the link in the YouTube description below. Let's get into it. So currently you're gold 2 and your goal is to get to platinum. Currently got a 58% win rate with over about 140 games played. So long story short is you're going to get to platinum. It's just a matter of when and how many games it'll take to get there. So I don't think there's going to be a skill problem with you getting to platinum. And what I'd actually want you to actually focus on is more what to do once you get to platinum. I think platinum to diamond is really where your focus needs to be. Obviously, we need to get to platinum first. And so I'd say continue what you're doing in the short term to get there. But this profile view, I might focus a bit more on, yes, what you need to do to go from gold to plat, but what are the things you need to continue to do once you get platinum to go and become a diamond player. So the first one is your champion pool. You've actually one of the unique players, and when I mean unique, I do. I've done hundreds of these profile reviews, and you're one of the kind of few, one in a couple of hundred, that have this really relatively big champion pool, but you're finding success across the board. Like, I can see your Irelia, for example, 67% win rate, Pantheon 69, Echo 75, Jace 73, Vi 80, Silas 60. There's a lot of success here, and so generally what I say to players is, look, you need to have a really small champion pool, focus on one role. But for someone like you, that advice can work, and sure, you can do that. But I think while you're having success in a lot of champions, what I would recommend is obviously just making sure you're keeping everything as consistent as possible. So first thing is always queue up mid top, because it looks like mid is your most successful role, I do believe. Then always queue up top secondary. That's fine. And then if you get autofilled, hopefully it's jungle, because your jungle looks like probably your best third role. Then in terms of mid champion pool, I would recommend like keeping it to 3. So I really think something like Irelia, Echo, and I believe you even play Jace mid. I think they're all fine. Or do you only play Jace top? No, you play Jace mid as well. I really like that, because like Irelia and Jace can be played in the top lane as well. So I really like that you've got this champion pool that can kind of change between mid and top. It's quite unique, and I think that is a kind of champion pool that can allow you to have a bit of a bigger champion pool of play across multiple roles while still being able to climb. And I think the current champion pool you've got right now, you should be able to climb to diamond with it, as long as you keep progressing performance-wise like you are right now. And that is an issue some players have, because everyone basically has their natural skill ceiling, where as you're kind of starting to say, when I asked what the biggest issue holding you back is, you said, I often lose lane, I don't know what to do, how to extend a lead, macro, micro. Basically, to get gold, I rushed in first without thinking, and it brought me to gold. Now I can't make good decisions. So everyone has their natural skill ceiling, and it seems like you're getting close to that. And really, the only way to break through that is to have basically a review of your play style. And that can be done in 2 ways, really. A self-assessment, which is quite hard to do, because a lot of players, all they know is how they're currently playing. They can't really think about a new play style or something that could work in Diamond, because they've never been in that situation. And the second is getting a coach to review it, which is what we do and specialize at lolcoach.academy. So long story short, to go from gold to platinum, just keep this champion pool and keep playing it. I would probably recommend not playing Ari, just because she's a new champion, and I think you've got success on other champions. So I'm not sure why we'd be adding Ari to our champion pool when you've already got great picks like your Echo, like your Irelia, like your Jace, unless it was the specific matchup that you weren't sure of, although I think Jace beats Katarina, so does Echo. Irelia as well beats Katarina, and then Victor. All three of those champions go fine into him as well. So I don't know why the Aris come in. What I would say is try and cut the Ari out and just keep focusing on these high win rate champs, which you can see here. Now, in terms of your laning phase, I think that's actually one of your biggest strengths as a player, and somewhere where I think you're going to have to develop, and what this profile review can't show you how to develop in. But what you need to really start focusing on is your grouping, your mid game, your late game. So thinking about objectives, can you get there? Participating in team fights, because your laning phase is really good. But I can see that your damage dealt per minute compared to your average enemy opponent is lower. And then I can see that your kill participation in your last 40 games is a little bit low at 40%, which generally indicates to me that the player just isn't doing enough macro-wise in terms of grouping, playing for the team. Now, I'm not saying that is an issue that's going to hold you back, or it's the reason why you can't climb or anything like that, because you do still have a 58% win rate overall and a 60% in your last 40. But I think it could become a bit of a problem as you get to a higher rank, and it's just something you need to look out for. So, long story short, Enzo, I think you're on the right path to get to platinum. I think where you're going to start having a bit of trouble, and where I'd recommend getting coaching, is once you get to platinum, really sitting down with a coach. You could go with one of our challenger coaches, you go with me, or one of our other coaches, sitting down and really building out a plan, and actually having the coach help you implement that plan through monthly sessions. What you need to do to go from Plat 4 to Plat 3, Plat 3 to Plat 2, Plat 2 to Plat 1, and basically build out a roadmap of all the things you need to fix in the exact order of how you need to improve them, and just break that down until you basically overcome every hurdle that's stopping you from getting to Diamond. So if you're interested in learning more about that, Enzo, basically a customized coaching solution for you, please, once you've watched this, reach out to me and we can get in touch, and I can basically tell you exactly what you'd need based on your budget and your goals, and how you kind of want to play League of Legends, and also what you see coaching and how it can work for you. So I hope you enjoyed the profile review. Cheers, good luck on the Rift, and I'll talk to you once you've watched this.